Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Amir Hadi bin Manafra, and today I'll be talking and doing an activity about troubleshooting IPv4 and IPv6 static and default route. As you all can see here, I have already opened my Cisco packet tracer and also the questions. Here we can see the main wiring closet, the topology, addressing table, and also the task. I will read to you the background. All the network devices in this packet tracer physical mode activity have been pre-configured to include intentional errors that are preventing the network from routing as intended. Your task is to evaluate the network, identify and correct the configuration errors to restore full connectivity. You may find errors with the route statements or with other configurations that impact the accuracy of the route statements. The note, the static routing approach used in this activity is used to assess your ability to configure different types of static routes only. This approach may not reflect networking best practice. The instructions have two parts. The first is part 1, which is evaluate network operation. Before we go through the task, I want to connect the PC to the router. I will take console cable and go to RS232 and connect it to router 1. The same step also been done for PC2. We will connect it to router 2. So when they have already been connected, we will go through task part 1. Use the pick and traceroute commands from the router to test and the following criteria and record the results. The node use the PCs in the wiring closet to gain console access to networking devices in order to explore and change the device configurations. We will go through. First is traffic from router 1 to the 172.16.2.1 address on router 2 uses the next hop 192.168.0.14. Go to router 1, 172.16. It is gigabit 01. Use the next hop of 192.168.0.14 here, which is 192.168.0.14, which is gigabit 000. We will go to PC1 desktop. We will open terminal. First, we have enable. We have to enable. And before we configure, I want to check all the IP class list. We will show running config. As we all can see here, let me zoom. Okay. As you all can see here, this is all the IP class list. Okay. We can use this, which is the next hop is already correct, as the task want us to, which is 192.168.0.14. And we also can use this, which is the default route, but we didn't want the administrative distance. So we will open config terminal, and we have to disable the old IP route. I will copy this. No, it's here, and we will configure the new and the correct IP route, which is here. We can use this. The next hop is 192.168.0.14, and we didn't want the administrative distance. So we delete it and then we enter. As you all can see, the completion is already at 20%. So we can go through to question 2. Traffic from R1 to the 209.165.200.129. Here, which is gigabit 02. Address on router 2 uses the next hop 192.168.0.30. Here, which is gigabit Ethernet 00. So we go back to terminal in PC1. We can use this, as we can see, 209.165.200.128. We can use this. It is okay because it is between the distance, between the range, and the subnet mask is also correct, 255.255.255.128, which is 25, but the next hop is incorrect. So we have to configure it as the question asks. We will disable it. I can paste here and enter the correct configuration, which is we can use that. The subnet mask is also available, and the next hop is 192.168.0.30. And then we go enter. Okay, after that, when the gigabit 000 interface on router 1 is shut down, traffic from router 1 to the 172.16.2.1 address on router 2 uses the next hop 192.168.0.30. We can use the remaining IP route, which is this. I can copy this. After that, we will repeat the same step as we have done for the question 1 and question 2. We will disable it. I paste it here. And as we all can see, then we can use that 000 is default, and 192.168.0.30, which is the next hop, and we have to take the administrative distance, which is 80. So I enter 80 here, enter. As we all can see, the completion will move to 60%. And we go through question 4. Question 4 asks us that traffic from router 2 to the 2001 DB8 ACAD 1711 address on router 1 uses the next hop, which is this address. So this address, if we search at the addressing table, it is here, which is gigabit 01, and the next hop is this, which is gigabit 000 here, which is here at the topology. So we will open we will open EC2 and we go to terminal, and I will enable, and I also want to show running config to see IPv6. So here we can see all the IPv6 that have been configured. So for the question 4, we can use this because the next hop is already correct, and we also can use this because it is a default, but we have to delete the administrative distance. So I will open config terminal and copy this. Oh, I'm sorry. No, we have to disable it first. Paste it here. After that, we will assign the new IPv6 route. So I can see I only paste here and I delete the administrative distance, and we can check that the next hop is already correct. So enter. After that, we move on for the next task, which is traffic from router 2 to the 2001 DB8 ACAD 2091 address on router 1 uses the next hop 201 DB8 ACAD 161. Here 201 DB8, which is the gigabit internet 02, on router 1. Here, using the next hop of 201 DB8 ACAD 161, which is this, and also at router 1, which is here. So we will open back the terminal. For this question, as we all can see, we can use this. The next hop is already correct. Oh no, I'm sorry. The next hop is nearly correct. because at the question it asks us for 2001 DB8 ACAD 16.1 and at the route is DB7. So I can copy it because it can be faster. We disable it, paste it here, and assign the new, which is DB8. You can see IPv6 route 209. Okay, the completion is already at 80%. So we will move on to the final question of part 1. When the gigabit 000 interface on router 2 is shut down, traffic from router 2 to the 2001 DB8 ACAD 1711 address on router 1 uses the next hop 201 DB8 ACAD 16.1. We can search here at the addressing table. Here 201 DB8 ACAD 1711, which is gigabit G01 at router 1. Here, here. And use the next hop of 201 DB8 ACAD 16.1. I think here, which is also here. Is that correct? Yes. So we will open the terminal as usual. As you all can see here, the remaining that we didn't use yet, DB8 ACAD, also nearly correct the IPv6 address. So first we will disable it. I can copy paste here to make it faster. Also, I'm sorry. We have to change because the question asks us that for the next hop is 201 DB8 ACAD 16, not 15. Place it for 16. So 1. And the administrative distance that we use, which is 80. So we have answered all the questions for part 1. For part 2, which is gather information, create an action plan, and implement corrections. For A, for each criterion that is not met, gather information by examining the running configuration and routing tables to develop a hypothesis for what is causing the malfunction. We have already done that, which is we show running config. So you can see up here the show running config and create an action plan that you think will fix the issue. Develop a list of all the commands you intend to use to fix the issue and a list of all the commands you need to revert the configuration should your action plan fail to correct the issue. We also have done this. And for C, execute your action plans one at a time for each criterion that fails and record the fixed actions. We also have done this. We have to execute our action plans one at a time. So if we want to check it, first we'll go to PC1, not the terminal, but the command prompt. We will try to ping all the PC, which is for PC1 is PC2, PC3, and PC4. Ping will take PC2 IP address, ping 209.165.200.2. So it is a success. We'll move on to PC3, ping 172.60.2.2. It is also a success. And PC4 209.165.200.130. Which is also a success. We also can try to ping it using the IPv6 address. If you want to try, we can try. First for PC2, which is 2001 8 PCAD time. Right. Check it first. So it is a success. For PC3 201 DB8 ACAD 172.172.2. Also a success. And PC4 210. ACAD 2102. It is also a success. We also can check that our configuration is correct or not by we shut down the gigabit Ethernet 000. Okay, we can configure it at terminal for PC2. Here we have already at config terminal, so I can go straight to interface E000. Oh, sorry. And then we use the command shutdown. Okay. We can check whether it still can be pinged or not. First, we will ping PC2. Is that correct? Yes. It is also a success. PC3. And lastly, PC4. So when we ping IPv6, it will also become success for PC2 PC3, and PC4. So that means all our configuration is correct. So we have to fix it back as what the question one is no shutdown. Okay, exit. Okay, that is all from me about lab troubleshooting IPv4 and IPv6 static and default route. Thank you.